Merhaba, nasılsın? That's Turkish for hi, how are you? My name is Torn, and this is the Everyday Watch YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be checking out a premium watch roll from the Turkish leather experts BOSPHORUS. They specialize in making handcrafted goods, and they have developed somewhat of a cult following in the watch community based on some of their leather and watch storage options. If you were wondering, my name Torun, it's a Turkish name on my father's side of the family. And when we were younger, I would fondly remember my father would take trips to Turkey to catch up with friends and family. And during his travels, he would often frequent those Turkish bazaars and pick up some quality as well as customized leather goods or even jewelry and clothing to bring back home. So I was very interested in seeing if one of these leather watch rolls from BOSPHORUS would bring back some nostalgia from my childhood. And to be completely transparent with you, I did reach out to BOSPHORUS to see if they were interested in sending in one of these watch rolls for this review. I did have one of their representatives contact me back with a very kind email, and they did inform me that they would send in one of these Galata Toga 3 watch rolls for this video, and I can even hang on to it afterwards, which was very nice of them. They didn't influence the content or making of this video in any way, but I did want to disclose this information in case you're wondering why you might have saw this video contains paid promotion tag at the start of the review. I'm also going to throw a link down to the BOSPHORUS Leather Company website in the description of this video in case you guys are interested in checking out some of their offerings after this review. So why don't we flip the camera around now and you guys can take a closer look at this Toga leather watch roll in the studio. So now that we're in the studio, we can take a closer look at this Togo leather 3 watch roll from BOSPHORUS. Now if you're wondering, a Togo leather is a type of baby calf skin characterized by this very veiny or almost marbled texture to the leather. In terms of watch roll dimensions, I measure this 3 watch roll as 22.5 centimeters lengthwise. I get about 10 centimeters in width when you look at the spacing between my fingers here. And then if you look at it this way, you're getting a height of about 7.5 centimeters. Now, I don't claim to be an expert when it comes to purchasing leather watch rolls, but there is kind of a checklist that I do look for premium leather products. One is the stitch work, which you can see on the outside of this roll. You have a nice white contrast stitch. It's expertly done, it's even, there's no fraying, and it's held up quite well. And if you open it up too, you can see that there's also some nice stitch work done on the inside. They even have an inner Togo leather badge with the BOSPHORUS Leather Handmade Goods logo here. Inside of the roll, this is all natural suede leather material, and even the cushions themselves, you can see the stitch work is actually very, very good. Another feature I look for when you're looking for a premium roll is how well the modular pillows and the case itself close up via the use of those buttons. These are brass silver buttons, and the inner portion of these pillows here is completely modular. So you can see that they all have 2 of these brass button setups that are done here, and then it's very easy to take it apart, and you can see there's spacers in between each pillow, and these cushions can actually be customized to be larger or smaller depending on your wrist size. These were the standard size pillows that came when they sent me this roll, and for my watch collection it's held everything from as small as 38 millimeters up to, say, a 44 millimeter watch like my Grand Seiko SBGX 117, and they do retain their shape well, but they do have a bit of flex to them, so you can probably accommodate any watch in your collection quite easily with these. And again, everything just snaps together in place very well. You get really good haptic feedback with these type of brass silver buttons that they use. Now, kind of a nice feature when you do have the pillows removed from this roll is that this almost lies completely flat and it becomes almost like a watch tray. So you can just lay watches here on the supple suede leather portion. So it's cool if you want to take pictures, or say you wanted to like swap out straps or put watches on a bracelet and you want a soft surface to do it. You can easily accommodate that with this type of watch roll. And kind of a last feature I look for our premium watch rolls is just how well things hold up, because it's one thing just to have a watch roll just sitting in the background. Maybe it's aesthetically pleasing. For example, you've probably seen this one I got off Amazon. It's a synthetic leather and it's just in the background of all my videos. But not even using it, you can see that the stitching is kind of starting to fray and it's very stiff. And you can feel that the seams are actually glued together. Whereas with this one, I've used this product fairly extensively for a couple of weeks. I've taken this on hikes with me. I've thrown it in different bags. And there's no signs of fraying. You do have some wear marks and maybe even a bit of patina, but everything overall just holds up quite well. Now, in terms of potential barriers for getting one of these watch rolls, because it is a premium product, there is a premium price tag. These do retail at $389 US, which is the most expensive watch roll that I've ever come in possession of personally. And unless you do have some heavy hitters in your collection, or you just want something that'll actually last the test of time, it's really hard to want to get into one of these, I would say, when there's so many other affordable options out there. For example, I've typically traveled with these watch pods from Amazon. They're $30. You know, you can just tell that it's not extremely durable material, but they've done the job in terms of just being able to drop this into kind of like a suitcase or something and travel around. But it definitely lacks that handcrafted aesthetic. And again, I don't think these are products that are going to last you more than a year or two. And the only other potential downside I would say with this type of leather being used, the combination of Togo and suede leather, is that it is supple and a bit flexible. If you are loading up this roll with some really hefty pieces, like big watches, completely steel bracelets, there is some flex that might occur when trying to move this around. But as soon as you do have it rolled up, I can say that I've never had an issue with watches coming out or feeling like they might escape. These buttons and this entire roll itself does feel quite solid even when it is loaded up. So that is my overview of this BOSPHORUS 3 watch roll, and I do really want to thank this company for lending it in to be reviewed on the channel. Overall, I can highly recommend it. I do think it is an excellent product, and it also brought back some nostalgia from when my father did frequent those Turkish bazaars back in the day. Now, if you guys have any thoughts or feedback, please leave them in the comment section of this video. I always read them. And if you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. It does help me out a lot. And as always, I can't wait to catch you guys in the next video.